Good evening. Welcome to the CRA meeting on February 9th, 6:30. We'll start first with an invocation by Board Member McCray, followed by a pledge to the flag, which I'll lead us in.
Let us bow to the Creator Maker of all mankind. Heavenly Father, we come before you this afternoon in the humblest manner that we know how. We come first recognizing that thou art God, and besides thee there is no other. As we look at the TV and hear the devastation all over the world, we pray for our brothers and our sisters that you will continue to protect them, keep them, and hold them in the hollow of your hand. Living in America, we have so much to be thankful for. We ask that you govern our thoughts tonight, govern our tongues tonight, but most of all, you be in control. Let us be receptive of what individuals will say and do. Let it be done in peace with all mankind is our prayer. In your name we pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have roll call, please. Here.
Here. Here. Yes.
Here.
Okay, we have legals, none. Under agenda approval, any additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda? Hearing none, is there a motion to
So moved.
accept
Second.
the agenda as presented? I have motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, so the motion is unanimous. Informational items and disclosures by board members and CRA staff. Start with Board Member Fitzpatrick.
I met with the Kaplan this afternoon, and that's about the only thing.
Vice Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Board Chairman. I also met with the Kaplan people, with Morris Kaplan and the Atwater infrastructure in regards to the City Square project. They gave us a presentation earlier this afternoon. I also attended the Veterans ceremony at Boynton Veterans Memorial Park Sunday in honor of the 4 chaplains. And what that is that they, during World War II, a troop carrier named the USS Dorchester was sailing out of port going over to Iceland, I believe it was, when they took a German torpedo. As the ship was going down, it was 900 and some odd men on that ship. Only 226 survived, and it was these 4 chaplains did some heroic things, such as they all gave up their life preservers to young sailors. So they survived, and the chaplains went down in history, if you will, with the ship. Also, I might side note of that, our own Palm Beach Post reporter, Alexander Seltzer, she received a award, a plaque from the veterans here in the Boynton Beach area for her outstanding reporting on Veterans Affairs, and she should be commended for that.
Board Member Merker.
Yes, yours truly also met with Morris Kaplan today.
Board Member McCray.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have the same disclosure as everyone else. I met with Kaplan as well. I also met with a man today, in order to, I could buy some snowshoes, because if it keep getting cold in Florida, I'm going to need some. Thank you.
Okay. I also met with the Kaplan Group, and also today I had the pleasure of touring the 500 development that's going down there on Federal and Ocean. The developer invited me to take a walk through to see where they are. They had some real problems when they first started out on 4th Street. When they dug down there, they found things they didn't know were there, like a huge thing of AT&T wires going through there, and it was a tremendous job to try and work it out. They've just about got it finished. They think they'll have it finished in the next week and a half, and they're going to be able to reopen 4th Street. And they said things will start really picking up because they've done most of the underground work now, which was very extensive. But as you go by every day, you can see them going up, and they think they'll have the garage completed in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So it's being prefabbed and being brought in. So they're coming along very good. What they found underground set them back 3 to 4 weeks, but they're doing everything now to catch up on that and get those weeks back. That's all I have. Anything else? Okay, then we'll go to no informational announcements and awards. We'll go for Music on the Rocks.
Good evening, Christopher Burdick, Special Events Coordinator. Good evening.
Evening. I don't
Yeah, you got to talk a little louder. I
I
don't
don't
see
think
it
it's
in
on
here.
there, that one. I don't see, it's not red. So.
All right, sorry, hi, Christopher Burdick, Special Events Coordinator for the Boynton Beach CRA. Let's try that. On Friday, January 15th, the Boynton Beach CRA presented Music on the Rocks featuring Coffee Machine as part of the MLK celebration. The pre-event took place at the Ocean Avenue Amphitheater from 6 to 9. Food and drinks were available for purchase from local vendors, specifically the Chowder Truck. We had free on-site parking. Turnout was low, unfortunately, this last month because of weather and tornado. We had some tornado watches about an hour previous to the event, so not that many people turned out. But 150 people did. They weathered the storm, and they had great music. They had really good music.
Excuse me before you proceed. Sir, can you hear him? Oh, yeah, he's trying to record
I
us.
wonder if is this one on over here?
If anybody know how to turn the mics on.
Yes,
That
this
one's
one's
on
on,
over
over
here.
here is on, it's better.
He's trying to record you. I don't care.
Our next Music on the Rocks concert is scheduled for Friday, February 19th, featuring the Funkabilly Playboys, playing everything from rockabilly, blues, Louisiana swamp funk, rock, classic soul, and some heavy metal. Shall I move on to the MLK?
Sure, just go on down their list.
Okay. On Saturday, January 16th, the Boynton Beach CRA hosted the first annual MLK Celebration of Unity Day. The celebration started at noon and ended at 6. We had speakers including Mike Norwood, Pastor Davis, historian Victor Norfus, and Miss Boynton Beach Monica Torrio. We had a concert featuring Speaker Box, the Valerie Tyson Band, and Defunk and the Flow. Food and beverages were available for purchase, courtesy of local vendors. We had some retail vendors and children's activities were lined up along Ocean Avenue. We estimate about 900 people attended, and we're looking forward to an even bigger event for our second annual next year. And if Mike could come up, let me go get. Oh, got it.
The MLK committee would like to present this to the board to hang in City Hall. This is a collage made by Luby Photography, and it's has all parts of the celebration, and they would like to present this to you.
That's really nice. It's very nice. Thank you.
We'll give it to the mayor.
You want to
And
leave it right here by the
Yeah,
clerk,
put it
and
up
we'll
front.
Right.
find an appropriate place to have it
And if we
displayed.
can't find a spot in City Hall, will the library do? Thank you.
We also have the photo album that Luby Photography gave to us. We want to present it to Michael and this MLK committee. So they have a keepsake from it, and it's over here. I'll go get it.
Okay.
Thank you. This year we had the opportunity to partner with the city of Boynton Beach along with the CRA Board. And as I stated before, it was a surreal experience. It's a true example of what can be accomplished when we have community organizations partnering with our city officials. We can do a lot and do great things. And this is a true indication of what we can do by working together. We thank you.
We want to.
And we look forward to your continued support next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to especially send a special thanks to everyone who was involved in putting this collage together and your presentation there. Thank you very much. I know
Thank
it took
you.
some work, and we appreciate it.
Right, and Mr. Chair, this is the gentleman that I was talking about when I made presentation at our commission meeting, that we all sent a letter in regards to thanking you for all of your hard work. It did not go unnoticed. You know, although it was in the city of Boynton, it was in District 2. I'm still on cloud 9. Job well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much from Alan Luby Photography.
Pardon me, we missed
The
it.
collage was done by Alan Luby Photography, and thank you so much for thinking of us.
Thank you, thank you.
You get a hand.
Moving on to Movies in the Park, on February 9th, the Boynton Beach CRA hosted the Movies in the Park on Ocean Avenue at the Ocean Avenue Amphitheater. The movie that we featured was Footloose. The free event took place from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Guests were encouraged to bring beach chairs and blankets. There was free parking available on site. A trailer of select CRA district businesses was shown before the film. Gift cards donated by the selected CRA businesses and Pirate Fest souvenirs were given away to guests through a drawing after the movie. Food and beverages were available for purchase from local vendors. Our next Movies in the Park feature is E.T. the Extraterrestrial. I can't speak tonight. On March 4th. Our additional Movies in the Park dates are April 1st, showing Ghostbusters, May 9th, Labyrinth, and June 3rd, Beetlejuice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In regards to your mustache, do you use mustache wax?
No, it's too hot in Florida.
Oh.
Okay,
go
that takes us to the consent agenda. Could I have a motion to approve the consent agenda if nobody wants to?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Show the motion unanimous. Informational items that are in your backup, there's 3 of them. I'll read them if you have. The question, just stop me. The public comment log, there was no comments. Marketing and business development campaign. A CRA display booth at the Palm Beach County South Florida Fair. Just everybody who worked on that, I want to compliment you. I was told by, I don't know how many people out there, that we had the best booth. There was a huge building with a lot of booths, and we were said that we had the best one of all the booths. Ours was outstanding, so they did a super job. This takes us to public comments. Anybody in the public wish to address the board on items not on the agenda may do so at this time. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We have a video to watch, which is part of the marketing and development
I didn't know that.
campaign. It's our Ocean Avenue West video. Staff is very proud of this video. We just completed it. You remember, like a while back, you were videoed. So we're going to play that right now, and it's about how important affordable housing is to the community.
The next one video, I saw it on my tablet. It's a great video. I'm glad you're showing it.
This is Ocean Breeze West. It's a new community built in Boynton Beach that we are so very proud of. A collaboration with our CRA, our city, Habitat for Humanity, as well as our faith-based community development corporation, nonprofit.
Sitting on this land we're standing on was a multi-family condo type event that became very degraded, and there was a lot of crime and drugs involved in it. And then when the hurricanes came through and did enough damage to it, that we went ahead and took it down and destroyed it to try and revitalize this entire area.
We replatted the property and created 21 single-family lots with this roundabout that you see in the middle here. The initiative was for single-family housing, and that was really what our the goal of the project was.
It includes 21 new single-family homes that have just brought property values up and provided some beautiful and stable, affordable housing in our community in an area that needs some stabilization.
The CRA offered the land at no cost to Habitat for Humanity, and we in turn built the 21 homes for 21 families. All of the families have children that live here in the community. All the children are going to school, and all the children love having their own bedroom.
Owning my own home has always been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. I knew that I wanted to have a big house with a yard for my family when I started it one day. The neighborhood here is quiet and safe, and with a family, just me and the kids, it's about having stability for them. They can go outside and play, and I know that they're going to be okay.
21 families who might not have ever been able to afford housing before were able to get into these and start a new life.
There's nothing like homeownership for neighborhood stabilization for the community and surrounding area. That's what we need. That's where the biggest impact is when you have homeownership versus rental. It just creates more stability and more commitment to making the place a better community.
Well, that's the American dream. Is the home ownership, I think, is always an American dream. And a lot of people don't know how they can ever get there. But by giving them a hand up, that gives them a whole new start in life. And they take pride in their surroundings, and that is contagious.
It's amazing. It's amazing that they're doing this right here. Beautiful homes, and somebody you can be proud to say that you own. It's just a dream come true. It is a dream come true.
When we see kind of a vacant parcel of land, and then you have it all dug up, and new utilities are put in, and roads are put in, and all the lots are laid out, and you start seeing one house pop up to the other. It's just a blooming, blossoming effect of goodness from really underground up.
Seeing this project come to fruition has been a very fulfilling experience, I think, for all of those involved. Our CRA, our Community Development Agency, has foresight. We took an area that has spent many years hiring land for us to be able to develop and make a difference in the neighborhood.
There's a tremendous amount of energy that's part of what we're standing on.
If it wasn't for Habitat for Humanity and the Boynton Beach CRA, the dream of owning my own home would have never come true. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
Very good. I want to thank the CRA Board for promoting this project, and it's dynamite, and it just makes you proud every time you drive up Seacrest and see it in existence. And the CRA did a wonderful job putting this together, and I understand you're going to be sending this forward, and hopefully to whoever it goes to maybe possibly win an award for this adventure. So good job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I have a question in regards to the shadow on the face. Was it because of the weather? Hello?
I think it was the screen.
It's clearer?
I'm sorry, I thought it was done. Okay.
I said because of the shadow on the faces. Was it because of the weather?
Actually, on the screen of the computer, it was very clear. For some reason, I don't know, on the screen on the wall, it was shadowed. But it's going to be on our Facebook page. We wanted to show it to you guys first, and then I'm going to post it on Facebook tomorrow, and you can see it clearer.
Well
Okay.
done. Just had a question. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Oh, yeah, now public comment to anybody, the rest of the board items not on the agenda.
Yes. Dr. Blas, 113 West Tara Lake Drive, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33436. So first of all, I'm delighted about the MLK celebration. He is my hero. And a little bit in the spirit of MLK, let me speak about the wonderful democracy that we have in Boynton Beach. As you all know, we have elections coming up, and it is a beautiful tradition of Boynton, please listen carefully, that when we have debates, all the candidates are invited. This has always been the case. I've been running a few times, and suddenly this year, there are the major candidates, the not major candidates. There is 5 of us running for mayor, and I think we're all major. And I would like to make a pledge that I will not attend any debate that excludes any of my partners or opponents, and I hope the others will do the same. There's only 5 of us. It takes a lot of trouble to get on the ballot. Let's respect that. So I repeat, I am hereby taking the pledge, and I hope the press will take notice of it, that I will not participate in any debate that excludes another candidate. Yesterday, something happened that really hurt me, and I love this city. Those of you who know me, you know that I come from a long background of affirmative action. University of Michigan, my school, has led the country in making sure equality is achieved. And I found myself yesterday at the New Disciple Church explicitly excluded from the debate. They said everybody else could come. I know the mayor didn't come, but they explicitly told me I could not come. I was very hurt because I love that community. I went, took a look. I'll be honest with you. That's the kind of community I want to help. I should not be excluded. I am going to contact the church and say, please invite me again, not to debate anybody, but to see what we can do together for education. So I'm sorry to have to say that, but I'm saying it for a good reason. What I decided to do, and this is, we love democracy, we have the Boynton Diner, which is the most democratic place in Boynton. And I'm going to talk to them, and on March 10th, and I'm inviting the press, we will have one more debate for mayor, and everybody will be invited. And you'll be able to speak for 20 minutes, not for 2 minutes. Let's have some real democracy. You know, I was with the Polish Solidarity, and I think I know the value of it. Also, the final thing I'm going to say, I'm hesitating, but I will say it. Should I get elected, which is not that likely, my salary goes to the city. That's my pledge. I would welcome any of my opponents to make a similar commitment. Thank you.
Good evening. Stephen Grant, Northeast 3rd Avenue. I'm one of the other candidates for mayor. And I just have a couple questions for the CRA board. I went to the CRA advisory meeting, and I thought it was very informative. I wish that it was taped or video recorded, and so I don't know if I address you or do I address the city who makes, that owns the I'm sorry. It's a CRA advisory board that's appointed by the city or the CRA?
In the right group.
Okay.
We did it.
And so, I made recommendations to them, so I was wondering if, I guess I can make recommendations to you as well. I was wondering if you would be willing to videotape and record or have funding for that. The other thing that I was saying is that, the CRA advisory board is not limited by statute to get paid, so I also think that they should, also get paid for doing what they're doing. Next thing is that in order to get more people in attendance, I was hoping that you would have the CRA advisory board having, dinner available from local CRA restaurants. That way you can have the greater community come by and attend these CRA meetings, because there's a lot of information being presented there, and it's not good that it's only being presented to 7 people. And then, the one thing that I really would like is to get some more trash cans and recycling bins on CRA property. I know that there was 10 right outside next to the old high school. And I guess I can't, do physically just move them to the CRA property on MLK, on 7th, on 5th. But, if you say I can, I will.
No, you can't. The city does that.
Okay, so I have to ask the city to put it on the CRA property. Okay.
City provides the trash cans.
Right. But the CRA has to request them from the city?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So would you make that request to put trash cans and recycling so people can...
No, I would have CRA executive look into it and bring us their recommendation.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, let me go ahead and address that, because every meeting that, I'm in, it's always saying that we want trash cans on MLK Boulevard. I'm represent MLK Boulevard. I represent District 2. We're not going to inundate MLK Boulevard with a lot of trash cans.
Excuse me. Ocean Avenue has.
Wait a minute. One at a time.
How can you not say
that?
Excuse me. One at a time. We talk one at a time.
How can you say that?
Easy. The problem, sir, is not with the trash cans themselves, The problem is with educating people to put their trash in the cans. I passed by Monday morning and one of the trash cans was knocked over. I got out and picked the trash up myself, sir. So that is not the problem. I'm just saying trash cans. We need more than just trash cans on MLK Boulevard. That's how I said it.
Yes, recycling
I'm
bins.
through with it.
There are over 20,
Sir, I'm
10
through
to
with it.
15,
Point of
10
order.
to 20 on Ocean Avenue. And
Point
there's
of
not
order.
as many people walking that street. I don't understand this.
Point of order.
We got your point.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else wish to address the board items not on the agenda? Seeing none, we'll end public hearing. Move to old business, update on 4th Street parking lot project.
Good evening, Board Chair, Board members. Mike Simon, Assistant Director with the CRA. The item before you is simply an update on the progress and completion now of the Northeast 4th Street parking lot project. Just wanted to make sure you were aware of it. If you have any questions, happy to answer them.
No, I know they had the photos and all in our backup, but anybody have any questions on it?
I don't.
Mike, I think these questions were answered yesterday in my conversation with Ms. Brooks. I was concerned about the new plantings and soil, but I guess they don't need irrigation. They're drought tolerant.
Yes, sir, that was the intention. It's, I think they call it a bioswale. We are having 180 days of watering from the contractor, so a watering truck is there 3 days a week, heavily soaking the plants. We had a lot of rain within, I guess, like 30 days, the entire time after they were planted, with all the rain that we had. So that helped a lot. But, yeah, the intention is that it should be able to survive without an irrigation system in there. There was really, thought it was an expense that was unnecessary.
The other thing is that once this gets to being used and such, the litter that might accumulate, who's going to be responsible for, whatever cleanup that needs to be done to it?
That would be the city and the CRA. So we have, with our contract with the maintenance contractor, he's there several times a week to pick up, but with the work that's going on with FEC, and that kind of wide open, airy space, that stuff is similar to MLK. It's just blowing around everywhere, but we're making every effort to try to stay on that. We are going to get a trash can for that corner too if we have to. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean that it'll end up in it, but that's part of the maintenance contract.
And a separate note, the welcome to Boynton Beach signage on North Federal there, great job. I was totally impressed with the landscaping going up along the side of the tracks for that distance. I think that really made the difference there. It's job well done.
Very much, and thank you for approving it.
Well, on your 4th Street project, the before and after pictures were great. It really is tremendous improvement. Thank you. Update on the Marina Open Space Project.
Yes, sir. This item before you is just an update on some of the activities that have been happening at the Marina in preparation for the Marina Open Space Project release of the RFP, or invitation to bid, depending on the format that we use. It explains in the item that we had some trench work to do, some underground exploration with the drainage field, as well as the subsurface of the actual roadway itself. So that's been taking place after the demolition of the building.
Any questions?
Just keeping you updated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Takes us to new business in the CRA district. There was a list. There was a couple there, new ones, right?
Yes, we have stained glass, and they teach stained glass. They'll repair stained glass. So they're right in Flamingo Plaza, if you're interested.
Okay.
And the twisted, I think it's the twisted tuna. Yeah, that's the old backyard, if anyone wants to know. So I don't believe it's actually operating yet. Yes, it is, because I went by there and I saw those gates closed today, but that was early. So I guess it's open, and I guess we'll wait to hear the reports.
Is that the same owners?
No, not the same
What's it called? Twisted what?
I think the actual name is Twisted Tuna. That's what he put out on Facebook, but this shows up as Twisted Fish on their BTR.
Okay.
Tuna fish.
Development outreach?
I have a report back in here of basically what we're working on. Big thing that we're working on right now, as you guys talked about, is Town Square. Lots and lots of meetings. Today was all-day meetings. Yesterday was about half-day. Was it Friday last week? I think that was all day. So a lot of action on that. Very positive, and I think very positive for the city, exciting for the city. Also, other sites are being looked at in the general vicinity, so I think that's very exciting. We are waiting on our Ocean Breeze East site and our MLK South site to hear about funding. We will hear March 9th whether either one of those sites was selected for funding by the state of Florida.
Questions?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, number 6 on that, number 15B there, the Casa Costa, it's a tongue twister. And we had this discussion yesterday, but I'd like to get it out there because it's my understanding that they're asking to transfer or sell that property, the commercial real estate part of it, to a different developer. And along with that, they want to take along that $480,000 a year TIF that we give to that portion of that project. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that's right. I think that a TIF should stay with the property, with the original developer or owner, and once that is transferred to another developer or owner, then we renegotiate. It makes a piece of property awful attractive that if I can sell you a piece of property in a CRA district and guarantee you almost a $500,000 TIF every year for the next 5 years, because it's already 5 years into it, it makes it very attractive to sell. And I think that profit shouldn't be going to flipping CRA properties like that. So I would like our lawyer to come up with some kind of ruling or I don't know what you'd use in legal terms, but I think that we have to renegotiate this with this current owner before he gets to flip the property. And I know we had that little discussion before our meeting tonight, and I think that you got some direction on that. I just want to reassure me of that.
I will bring that back for the board I'll bring a report back to the board.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Anything else? Informational on approval of grant submitted to Solid Waste Authority for blighted properties in heart of Boynton.
Thank you, Mayor. I wrote a grant in cooperation with the city for 3 properties or 3 areas within the heart of Boynton. The solid waste has, it's called the Blighted and Distressed Property Cleanup and Beautification Grant, kind of long name there. And we applied for, this is the first time the city and or the CRA has ever applied for it. And they said we wrote the best grant they ever had, so we're very happy about that. The total cost of the 3 projects is estimated at $93,500. We're requesting $62,300, and they approved our requested amount, and the CRA will have to match it at $31,247. So they sent our agreement, and we'll bring it at the next board meeting.
Excellent.
Thank you. Ms. Brooks, for the public audience, can you just specify where those 3 projects are located, please?
One is at 909 North Seacrest. That's the demolition of the old building there as part of the expansion of the Carolyn Sims Park, demolition and resodding of that property. And then improvements to the public works site. There's a wall that needs to be painted, and there's no landscaping on the public side, so we want to irrigate and put landscaping. And then the fence that is actually on the housing side needs total replacement, so that is in there as well. So basically bringing that up to make the neighborhood a little better. And then clearing and grubbing the cottage district block that we own, or most of it, we don't own all of it. But in the middle, there's a big area, a parcel that's got a bunch of old plants and things, and we want to kind of clear and grub that so people can't hide in there.
Thank you. For the record, for public audience, the property that's going to be demolished is going to be the Sims Barber Shop and Mike's Beauty Salon, just for the record, for those that don't know. Thank you.
Okay. Copy of a grant submitted to the Treasure Coast Regional Planning Council for environmental site assessments.
Yes, this is simply looking at properties within the CRA that may have contamination or have likely contamination, and it's money from that flows down to Treasure Coast Regional Planning, and they call me every year and say, do you want to put any properties in? And these two are properties that I know, or I shouldn't say I know, but I suspect their long-term use that they've had, industrial or auto-related, would probably have some likelihood of contamination. And we would have some interest in buying them, A, to clean them up or reuse them. But we want to make sure if we do buy them that the contamination is contained within the site and not affecting other properties. So we want to make sure what is our liability if we do buy the property. So that's what that's about.
Any questions?
Yeah, Mr. President, we had a discussion yesterday, and my concern was that America Gas, across from the CRA building, if a business contaminates the soil that their business is on, does the EPA or doesn't some kind of environmental protection agency come in and say, look it, you made the mess, you got to clean this up? Isn't it upon them to clean it up?
It depends on what kind of contamination and what the level is. It really does. It totally does. For instance, there's Lloyd Hasner owns a piece of property on Boynton Beach Boulevard that's vacant, and he's had it sold a couple times, but people couldn't finance it because it has petroleum on it, and it's being monitored. It has monitoring wells. But petroleum will naturally go away. It is not required to be cleaned up. So it just depends on what the issue is and how severe it is, and if it's threatening the water table and things like that.
So this study will give us an idea
Yes, exactly.
how contaminated it is.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Yes, Fitzpatrick.
Well, not on this, but before you adjourn,
Let's go ahead.
we're there. Okay, I have a question for legal. Basically, it's something Steve Grant mentioned. This is the CRA is an independent legal entity from the city. There were two separate organizations, and so we're operating separately legally. But the point is, my understanding is that the city, we sitting as the city commissioners, appointed a board for the CRA. And I mean, if the CRA has a board, I believe the CRA should be the one appointing the board. Could you comment on that?
I think you're referring to the advisory board.
Correct.
That was created by the city. Under the current structure of the advisory board and the CRA, the advisory board and the makeup of it is a city function because the city created the advisory board, and therefore the city, you all sitting as the city, seated the council, the advisory board members, and the rules and regulations of the city would govern that board. Now, if the an advisory board could be created by the CRA and populated by the CRA board, but as it currently stands, this existing advisory board that was created by the city. So the city determines its scope, makeup, and the rules and regulations. But it is advisory to this board. So the matters that come before it are going to be within the purview of what you decide upon.
Personally, that kind of bothers me. It's kind of like commingling. I mean, we went out of our way to get separate attorneys and things of that nature. So it just doesn't seem like the right format or structure to me.
It's similar to the P&D board now, isn't it?
No?
In the sense that they're advisory to us.
The city created it, but they're advisory to this board.
Okay. I know. Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I just want to say one thing during this election season, because it gets crazy, and I understand that we have some viable candidates out there running for office, and I appreciate that. I've been a candidate myself numerous times. I know it's hard, but if I can give a suggestion, and I'm not a political consultant, is that when you're up there and you're trying to sell yourself to the public, the negativity on you pander to the crowd that's in front of you, it doesn't work. It comes across real weak. And I'm referring to a couple of the debates that I attended to down in the Martin Luther King area, and the negativity that was coming out of some of the candidates' mouth told me they didn't really understand the situation or the dynamics of what's happening here in the city. And to get up in front of a crowd, which is very sensitive to the area, and badmouth it, like some of the things I heard, just tells me that, I question your qualifications to run this city. That's what I'm saying. I went to a couple of these debates, and none was said of the positivity, of the positive action that's going down on the MLK Boulevard. And you say, what is that? Well, we got a substation. We're putting out police presence down there to build relationships. You just saw a video of 21 homes that went into a drug-ridden area. I don't know if you know, and I know it was mentioned last night that about this barbershop, and it sounded like we were taking this old man's barbershop. But it wasn't mentioned that we let that gentleman stay there for many years at $10 a year rent-free. And we negotiated with his family and gave them a heads up what was going to happen to that piece of property. But that was never said. It was never said that the model block that's going on, and we're in the process of buying some lands up so we can do some landscaping to make our model block more accessible for developers. But that was never said. Nothing was said about the two proposals we have in the state right now, one for Ocean Breeze East. No, nothing was said about that, or the one for the model block area. Nothing was said about that. So we can talk about trash cans and litter and all that good stuff, but let's not, if you're going to be out there and be a candidate, try to bring a positive note next time. Thank you.
If nothing else come before the board, we stand adjourned.